What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another Cooking with Felix. Happy 2023. And yeah, let's get started. So we got some time. We're gonna make some pasta. So we've got farfalle, we've got butter, milk, and flour. And we're gonna do a white sauce with the farfalle. And I got the ingredients right there, or at least the recipe on how to make it. So let's get started. And yeah, here we go. Alrighty, I don't know if you can see me, but we're gonna fill up some water in this pot, and we're going to have it on a rolling boil, and then that's when we put the farfalle. So while we set up the white sauce, we're gonna first fill up the water, get that boiling so it can save us some time. So yeah, just filling it up with water, and then we'll be adding some salt. And apparently it says in the packaging that farfalle will take 11 minutes, so we'll do that. Alright, so now we got the water. Now we're going to heat it up. Alright, so now we are going to get 25 grams of butter. I'm going to weigh it to see, making sure we get the precise amount. And then once we get 25 grams of butter, we're going to get 25 grams of flour. Wow, that was a fail. 22. I don't know if you saw that on the camera, but the butter flew off. I don't know how I did that. Oops, we got 30. Let's cut. We'll do this one. 27. Something's off. Let's try this one. Okay. 26. Close enough. Alright, now that we got that, we are gonna do flour as well. So let's first go on to the pan. We're gonna transition real quick. Alright, so now we've got 25 grams of butter we're gonna put, and then after that we are going to add in the flour, 25 grams, and we're gonna start mixing. So let me get that real quick. Alright, so now we got 25 grams of flour. I'm going to use all-purpose flour just because it should be fine. And we're actually going to use this to mix the sauce together. So I don't know if you can see that, but got the butter. Now we're just going to mix it with the flour. And the texture, we want like not really a doughy. I guess it will be doughy in the at the first step. We want it to be doughy, at least from the recipe, and then you add in the milk after. So first we gotta let the butter melt fully. And for those wondering what recipe we're following, I actually saw a video on, I was inspired to make white sauce because I know Trader Joe's has like a pasta sauce, like a Alfredo sauce, but I wanted to try to make my own sauce today. And so I came across a video from Gordon Ramsay, and he showed a video making white sauce, and it seemed pretty simple. It was like three or four ingredients. It was flour, butter, milk, and then like cheese to get that creamy sauce, and then like a little bit of nutmeg if you want. I'm not gonna add nutmeg, but I'm gonna add salt and pepper. So right now it looks like it's gonna got a little doughy texture, which is what we're looking for right now. You can see that. and then we will slowly add in 300 milligrams of milk. We're not going to pour it all at once, we're just going to do little, we're going to do into thirds. Just want to follow it step by step. Don't want to make a mistake on that. So yeah, we're going to get the milk now, and we'll be right back. Alrighty, we are back. Now we've got 300 milliliters of milk, and now we're going to do into thirds. So, I'm going to pour a little bit. We change the, got to keep track. So, we'll put okay, so we put in 100 milliliters of milk right now. Let that mix in with the butter and the flour. And if it's too hot, then we're going to take it off the pan so we can keep mixing. And then once we get a good mix, then we are going to add in another 100 milliliters of milk. Right now I'm smelling it. It smells pretty good. It's got that doughy texture still, but I'm sure it'll turn into a nice creamy sauce after we pour in more milk. So I don't know if you can see that, but we got pretty much all the milk is now in the flour and butter. It's giving a nice smell. I'm going to add in another 100 milliliters. Just about. There we go. And so this is the first time I'm actually doing making my own sauce from scratch. In the past I have cooked pasta, but I've used already a pre-made sauce. So whether it's pesto or like a Alfredo sauce. So this is a whole new experience, and we're gonna see how it goes. I definitely want to make sauce from scratch just because I know how to make pasta now, or at least I'm pretty comfortable with it, with spaghetti. But I'm doing farfalle, which I've never really cooked farfalle before, so we're doing two things out of our comfort zone: cooking a sauce, making a sauce, pasta sauce on our own, and cooking a different type of pasta. I'm sure it'll pair well together. I mean, that's why I chose those two, farfalle and white creamy sauce. Wasn't really feeling like marinara sauce or like I wasn't really feeling like a tomato sauce, you know. So right now we got the sauce kind of dissolving with the flour, which is nice, and we also got the water to a rolling boil. So I'm going to now put some salt, and then we are going to put the farfalle in. So salt, we're going to use this, no, sorry, use this one, pink salt, crystal. Okay, now we're going to add in the farfalle. And it says to boil for 11 minutes. Now, I'm only making it for myself, and I realized I used the whole packet, but we'll just have leftovers later. I feel like you might as well cook all of it now than having a couple extra left. You know, I might as well just cook it in bulk. So now we're going to put 11 minutes on our clock. And now where we left off, we're going to add the rest of the milk. And we're going to keep mixing and making sure the flour dissolves. I'm going to turn up the heat a little bit for the sauce. I had it on low just because I wanted to make sure the pasta comes out almost around the same time as the sauce, because you don't want the sauce to be done and then the pasta you're just waiting on, because then it becomes cold. Right? We don't want cold sauce. So anyway, we are making sure there is no lumps, because we don't really want lumps at all. So that's why we gotta stir constantly. I'm gonna take it off the heat a little bit so I can get all of the little pieces out, or break it down at least. And get the pasta in a rolling boil now. Back again. I guess after cooking this and seeing how it goes, I do plan on wanting to do a basil pesto sauce. Yeah, I don't know. I know there's other sauces like wine reduction, but I'm not a huge wine person. Might try it for flavor. Whoops. We're gonna turn up the fan. We don't want the fire alarm going off. So anyway, we'll get back into the next thing, which will be adding in the cheese. But I'm gonna keep stirring, so save you some time with just waiting. So we'll see you in the next quick transition. Alright, so we got 7 more minutes on the pasta right now for boiling. We're gonna add in some mozzarella. I didn't add that, or I didn't showcase it in the beginning of the video because I forgot to include that. But you want to have, I want to add cheese because it adds more flavor. That's what Ramsey said, adding in cheese to get more flavor. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna add some light mozzarella cheese. I feel like mozzarella goes pretty well with a white sauce, right? I mean, typically, right? Unless if you want to use cheddar, I mean, that works too, right? And then we are going to have that on low heat because we want to make sure the pasta, again, like I said, pasta cooks and is done around the same time the sauce is done. We're going to have that melt in the sauce right now. And it looks like all the flour has dissolved, which is what we want. We don't want any of that doughy flour texture in the sauce. I'm sure you don't want that either. I don't. Yeah, it looks like the cheese is melting right now in the sauce. And it's like boiling in there. What was I going to say? Usually, if you've never cooked pasta before, always boil the water first, because boiling water takes quite a while, or at least for, in my case, the pan or pot, because some pans have like a little bit of extra metal, I guess, on the bottom, like extra thick layer. So because of that, it takes longer to heat up. So if you have one of those like I do, it'll take a while. So it's best to heat up your water or boil your water, or you can use like hot water, save you time, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, like if you're cooking pasta for the first time, always boil the water first, because the sauce, if you're using a like a jar sauce, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just the pasta is the one that's going to take the longest when you're cooking it, depending on what it is. I know some pastas vary in time, so just like try to follow what it says on there. Or I guess another way to test is like if you taste the pasta and it's like not overcooked, like if it's like a chewy texture, I think, then it's al dente. And al dente is like just perfect. It's like kind of what what you want in a pasta. I think. I mean, I don't really have any culinary background, so I am just telling what I think. Don't quote me on it, is what I'm saying, because I'm not an expert. I don't have a cooking background. I'm just an amateur cook, home cook. So yeah, this water is boiling right now. Don't forget to stir it. I stirred it off camera to make sure that it doesn't stick on the bottom. So like adding in a little bit of salt, and some people add oil, and oil helps prevent the pasta from sticking on the bottom when you're like draining it out, or when you're trying to like mix it all, or like stir it gently. So yeah, let's see, we got 3 more minutes left with the boiling for the farfalle. We're going to, or I guess the camera will transition to that. You don't have to do the waiting, I do, so we'll see you in a little bit. Alrighty, so now it is 11 minutes, and now we are going to empty out this. We're going to strain the water and get only the pasta. And then we're also cooking simmering the sauce right now, so I'm going to do this right now, and then you will see the plating. So yeah. Alright, so now we just drained the pasta, it's right here, and now we got the sauce to thicken a little bit because of the cheese. So that's what it looks like. It smells pretty good right now. Added a little bit of pepper, and now we're just gonna mix this whole thing together. So yeah, I don't know if I should combine, or actually I think I'll plate it. Try to make it look fancy, I guess. Alright, so now we got this pasta. Now we're going to add in some sauce. Got a nice little white sauce. Let me just mix it real quick. Let me get a fork. I did a horrible job mixing this, but I think maybe I added too much cheese. I don't know, but it definitely looks amazing, honestly. I feel like parsley, a little bit of parsley, maybe. Anyway, this is what it looks like after all that mixing. So yeah, now we're gonna do a taste test. Alrighty, so this is the finishing product. I don't know if you can see that. Anyway, time to do a taste test. Sauce looks pretty good. I think it does look a little heavy. I think I added a little too much cheese, but let's try. It's pretty good. Definitely, you can taste like the milk. I feel like that's the one that kind of stands out. Surprisingly, not really cheese, I guess. I don't really taste the cheese. It really is like milk. Maybe I didn't add enough cheese. I think that's why I taste mainly the milk. Hey, but first time making this, a white sauce from scratch, and cooking farfalle. See, that's a win-win. It's a learning experience. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And I'll see you maybe in the next cooking episode or maybe a podcast. We'll see. Take it easy.